you through to the final. Haven't been racing much this spring. Take us through what's been happening over the winter and spring.
Yeah, unfortunately going 2 years in a row now, really debuting at the U.S. Championship. But in January, unfortunately got a stress reaction in my tibia. And I don't know if it was just the sheer size of it, but it took a little longer to heal than I thought. I had to take 6 weeks completely off. And so started to kind of build back, started running on the ground in March and working out by the end of March. And we kind of just, I think from last year, I really trust in Jerry, and I think he was confident in my ability to open up. At the trials, the plan at Oregon Twilight was just to run a portion of the 5K as like my workout on that Friday. But unfortunately, it was like a torrential downpour, so that really wasn't great for my teammates. But for me, it was nice to kind of just go through the race environment. Just, when I got tired, just keep trying to push a little further. And then we're just up in Park City, and it's not ideal, but I think after last year I felt confident. I definitely would say that last 800K of this race, it definitely felt like that was the first time I was experiencing that in a race environment, but I'm pretty pleased with that. And Jerry and I talked before, kind of the benefit of being in the second heat is you can do some mental math and you kind of know where you need to be at. And I'd say with with a mile to go, I was like, I can't imagine this closing slower than we were going to need to run faster than 13:35. I mean, still want to be matching every move, but I think just on that backstretch of the last lap, it definitely makes it a little less stressful when you're like, okay, I don't need to be top 3 right now at this very moment. But good practice, and I think I'll be able to reflect on this one and kind of decide how I want to maybe change my positioning or what I want to work on going into the final. And I think we saw, just briefly looking at the prelim, Cole obviously from the 15th can close incredibly fast, so I have to imagine it's going to be more than just a fast last 800. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the final plays out.
Yeah, what do you think the dynamic of the finals can be?
I think all of us 5K guys, I think, are confident in our kick, but I don't think you can watch Cole close in 52 in the 3:30 race and be like, yeah, I want to save it to the last lap with that guy, especially when positioning and everything's going to come into play. And I think we saw Portland Track Festival when he ran the 800. He just has that really kind of like Cheserek that they could just get to that gear, and I kind of have experience with that from college. So I have to imagine it's going to be, at least at some point, a longer windup. I think, we've seen in the past, Grant's good at doing that. I think Abdi did that last year where it was from K out. So, I don't know if it's going to be like a 13-0s race, because if it's as windy as it was today, I don't know if someone's, really going to want to bear the brunt of all that work. But, I don't know if team dynamics and Xavier would come into play. I guess it's not the same as it used to be where you could have like 3 Bowerman guys all working together, but I think, maybe Woody and Abdi Hamid do something.
But on the same note, there's a lot of guys who don't have the Olympic standard too.
So, and I think some of them know where they're at points-wise. Like I know Olin Hacker, for example, I think is very solidified where if he was top 3, I think he would go on points. So I think some of it will be with weather. I mean, it is at 4:30, so we'll see how hot it is. But I think, the fortunate part of the training camp we just did in Park City is I feel like I'm well prepared for both. And, I have Mo to train with on a daily basis, and I'm constantly reminded of, what the very best in the world can do. And so I think Jerry also prepares us for those moments. So I feel good with where my preparation is for either type of race. But this, I definitely, similar to last year, I felt like from the 10K to the 5K, I was able to just tweak some small things. And in the 5K, I really committed to the move when Abdi Hamid made it, where I felt like in the 10K last year, Grant made a move and he kind of gapped Joe, Woody, and I, and we were able to come back at the end. But I really think in the 5K, I made the team because I committed to the move right away. And Chalimo passed me over the last 200, but it's because I was there. And so I think it's just when the move is made, putting myself in the best position possible and being confident that I can ride that wave as it just builds.
Congratulations, Sean.
Yeah.